Today, we've got a really incredible and inspiring story for you. It's about a man named Damar Singh Soud, an assistant professor in Nepal whose entire life was shaped and transformed by the power of education. We're going to trace his journey from a small rural village all the way to becoming a real leader in his field and see how inspiration, a ton of hard work, and mentorship made it all happen. Let's dive in. And this quote right here, wow. This is Damar talking about his father, and it really gets to the heart of everything, doesn't it? The key word is selflessness. This story isn't just about getting degrees or climbing a career ladder. It's about how the values of one person can echo through generations. So, to really get a handle on Damar's path, you have to go back to the beginning. We have to look at his number one source of inspiration, his father, Kashi Singh Soud. His legacy, well, it's pretty much the compass that guides this entire story. I mean, think about that for a second. Over 36 years, Kashi Singh Soud spent his life teaching math in rural parts of Nepal. And he came from a really modest background himself, so he knew firsthand just how life-changing education could be. He didn't just have a job. He had a mission. And this is the real inheritance he passed down. It wasn't money. It was a set of values, forged through his own life and struggles. The hard work you see in a 36-year career, the determination to give his family a better life, and above all, that selflessness to put his community's education first. These values became the absolute bedrock of Damar's character. They were the fuel for everything he did next. So with that incredible foundation, how did Damar's own story unfold? Well, you might think it was a straight shot to success, but nope. It was anything but a straight line. His educational journey was all about adapting, figuring himself out, and eventually finding what he was truly passionate about. This slide just nails the two different worlds he lived in. He started out in a system that was all about rote memorization. You know the type, cramming facts, acing tests, and he was great at it. But he didn't really understand the why behind it all. Then he shifted to a much more flexible environment, and that change was huge. It forced him to think for himself, to connect the dots, and to move beyond just memorizing. And you can really see the twists and turns right here. He starts off on this pretty common path, heading to India to study science, but he quickly realized his heart just wasn't in it. And here's the turning point. His family supported him when he decided to come back to Nepal to chase his real passion, English. That one decision changed everything. So he's got his master's in English. Now what? This brings us to that moment of discovery where he finds his true calling and really starts to take control of his career as an educator. I think this is a question a lot of us ask ourselves at some point in our careers, right? He'd started teaching, sure, but was this just a job or was it something more? Especially since his background was in literature, not education, he felt a little bit like an outsider. And the answer? It came straight from the classroom. The positive feedback he got from his students, the encouragement from his colleagues. It was like a spark. It lit this genuine fire in him for teaching. He knew, this is where I'm meant to be. And once he found that passion, man, he went all in. This shows you how methodical he was. He wasn't just going to sit back. He went to workshops, he taught himself using YouTube, and he got so good with technology that he ended up becoming the go-to tech guy for all his colleagues, especially during the pandemic. He went from learner to leader. Okay, so this constant drive to learn and grow led him to the next big step in his journey. And this was a total game changer. Let's look at how the right place and the right people completely transformed his career. He enrolled in an MPhil program at Kathmandu University, which is like the place to be for education in Nepal. This wasn't just about getting another certificate on the wall. This was a strategic move to put himself in an environment that was all about real growth and new ideas. And this is the secret sauce, isn't it? It's not just the school, it's the people. He was learning from absolute legends in his field. These folks weren't just lecturing from a textbook, they were mentors. They taught him how to design lessons that actually engage students, how to do meaningful research, all the practical skills he needed to be a 21st century teacher. So, he's got the values from his father, he's got the education, he's got the mentorship. What does he do with all of it? Well, in this final section, we're going to see how he's now paying it all forward to empower the next generation. When you boil it all down, the result of this whole odyssey is one powerful word: empowerment.
You see, his education didn't just give him a career, it gave him the tools, the ability to make a real, meaningful difference in his community. And this chart breaks down what that empowerment actually looks like. You can kind of see it in three key parts. The biggest chunk, 40%, is intellectual, the actual knowledge and critical thinking skills. Then you've got economic empowerment, which opened up career opportunities. And just as crucial is social empowerment, the platform to share his knowledge and lift others up, completing the cycle. And here we are, full circle. He's not just a teacher in one classroom anymore. He's become a change agent. He's training other teachers, he's sharing his research, he is actively helping build a better education system for his entire country. It's that legacy of selflessness from his father, playing out on a national stage. So as we wrap this up, Dahmer's story kind of leaves us with a challenge, doesn't it? His entire journey was sparked by his father's legacy. It really makes you stop and think, who was that person for you? Who lit that spark in your journey? And maybe the even bigger question is, how are you paying it forward?